ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hi Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Burla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 14th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, where there is glories of Bhakti Yoga, and is described by the Lord. Krishna explains that devotional service to the Supreme Lord is the most excellent method of spiritual practice. He also speaks about the process of meditation. As Uddhava wanted to know which process of spiritual advancement is the best, he also desired to hear about the super excellence of a devotional service free from ulterior motives. The Supreme Personality of Godhead replied to him that the original process of religion revealed in the Vedas had become lost during the time of annihilation. Sorry. As stated in text 3, Karena nasta pralaye Bhaniyam Veda Samgita Mayado Brahmana Prokta Dharmo Jasyam Madatmakaha. So, this just like in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Sakala Nihmata Jogo Nashta Parantapa. The knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was first spoken to the sun god, Vivasan. But Vivasan, Manve, Praha, Manu, in this way it was lost in Parampara. So again the Lord establishes that Parampara by telling it to Arjuna. Similarly here also, Kalena Nasta Pralaya, by when annihilation takes place, this knowledge is destroyed. Then Mayado Brahmani Prokta. In the beginning of the creation, the Lord gave this knowledge to Brahma. Siddhartha Swami says, Madatmaka Mayeva Atmana Chittam Jenasa. Madatmaka means whose heart and soul is the Lord. That person, Madatmaka. At the beginning of the new creation, therefore, the Supreme Lord spoke it again to Brahma. That is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 2nd Canto 9th chapter 32 to 35. These 4 verses, Chatushloki Bhagavata. Brahma repeated it to Manu. Sorry. Manu spoke it to the sages headed by Bhrigu Muni, and these sages in turn instructed this eternal religion to the demigods and demons. Because of the living entity's multitude of diverse desires, this system of religion was elaborately explained in different ways. Thus, different philosophies arose, including various atheistic doctrines. Because the living entity, bewildered by illusion, is incapable of ascertaining his eternal benefit, he mistakenly identifies ordinary vows of penance, austerity, etc. to be the topmost spiritual practice. But the only true means of achieving happiness is to meditate on offering everything to the Supreme Lord. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Paritejya Mahamekam Saranam Braja. Surrender unto me only. The same thing. But the only true means of achieving happiness is to meditate on offering everything to the Supreme Lord. In this way, one becomes free from all desires for selfish gratification through enjoyment of mundane sense objects, and he becomes released from all hankering for either enjoyment or liberation. In this context, it is said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, text 15, that na tatha me priyatama atma joni na sankara na cha sankarshana na sri naivatma cha jata bhava. How though is dear to the Lord. Na tatha me priyatama. That dearmost person is this Uddhava. No one else is that person dearmost to the Lord. Even Atma Joni means Brahma and Sankara means Shivaji, not the Sankarshan, even Sankarshan, Balaram, no Sri, even Lakshmi Devi also. Naivatma, even the Lord says, my, of course, there is no difference between the Lord and his soul. But he says, Naivatma, my soul is not so dear to me as you. So in the purports by Siddhar Swami says, Atma Joni means Brahma, Putrapi is the son. Shankara Mat Swarupa Bhutapi is the only is Vishnu. But by accepting the mode of goodness, he becomes Sankara. And Sankarsana Bhratapi is brother, Sankarsana. And Sri Bharyapi, Lakshmi Devi, his own wife. Atma Murti, Sarirapi, even his own self is not so dear to him as Uddhava. Sorry. The Lord then proceeded to describe the superior process of devotional service, which destroys countless sinful reactions and produces many symptoms of spiritual happiness, such as the standing of the hairs on end. Pure devotion, having the power to purify the heart, enables one to achieve the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And because the devotee is very, very dear to the Lord and is always close to Him, he is able to turn, in turn, to purify the entire universe. So, by virtue of his unflinching devotion to the Lord, the devotee can never be completely diverted by the objects of sense enjoyment, even if he is not able to gain control over his senses in the beginning. One desiring to attain the perfection of life is advised to give up all material processes of elevation as well as the association of women. Stated in text 30. न तथा च भवेत् क्लेशो बन्धस्तान्य प्रसंगतः ज्योतिषसंगा यथा पुंसो यथा तत्संगी संगतः. That means न तथा च भवेत् क्लेशो. One doesn't get so much that is klesho means so much sorrow or distress. Bandha sthanya prasangata, and even if he is not also not bound in this material world by other means. Josit sangha jatha panso, just like when one associates with a women, Joseph Sangha, a man when associates with a woman, that is because of his bondage. Yatha tat sangi sangataha. Similarly, those persons who associate with women, if we associate with those persons, that is most dangerous. Sripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his purport says that Joseph Sangi Sangat Tyage Bhuya eva jatna kartavya. We should be very cautious about those persons who associate with women. That is most dangerous. We should not associate with such people. That is Sangi Sangha. He should then merge his mind constantly in thought of Lord Krishna. Finally, the Lord instructed Sri Uddhava about the true object of meditation. True object of meditation is the Lord. Meditation is the Lord. Those who are jnanis, empiric philosophers, then they meditate on light, light, but they don't know that is the ultimate. That is not the ultimate truth. Light is not the ultimate truth, as is stated in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter. Brahmano hi pratishtha. This light is Brahma, just like sunlight. There is sun god is there. Sunlight is not the ultimate object. Similarly, Brahma, Jyoti means the rays, spiritual rays of the Lord is known as Brahma, and the Lord's expansion is known as Paramatma. But the Lord is final truth. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Matta Paratarang Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjay. There is no higher truth than the Lord. So the ultimate truth is the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, that we have the opportunity to hear directly from Him through or via Uddhav. That is the highest truth. No one knows this truth except the Lord. No one can be equal to the Lord. So thank you very much for listening to our lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.